welcome to Gab and Jam, episode 283.
And what are we talking about today?
Okay, so this, the title of this video is 3 course or workshop hacks.
Okay.
But let me explain.
Well, it seems like this will dovetail into our South by Southwest stuff.
It does. It really does. All right. So we're always looking to get the best out of our investments,
Yes.
and we consider courses, workshops, seminars, South by Southwest to be an investment. However, and the benefits are always, whatever they advertise, whatever they say you're going to get out of it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we don't fit into the type of people that go walk up and talk to people. So sometimes we don't get that benefit. Yeah. But there are some things that we can get out of it, even when the sessions are crappy, the materials happen to be crappy. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying that South by Southwest is crappy, but sometimes we go to sessions and it doesn't seem like it's as fruitful for us.
Yeah, and I'll give you an example. And, there was one they did on Spotify, right? Yeah. Where they said they brought people who worked at Spotify,
four people,
right? And basically they just kind of had to spiel.
That they just went through the website.
Right.
I'm saying when you log on as Spotify artists, all the stuff that they were sharing is stuff that is right there on the website. It wasn't like how to get the most out of. It wasn't any of that. It just, and then the attitude just was not.
And that's something to kind of think about. And this is something that I guess I have to check myself about. And that is that, when you pay your money, especially for these conferences, whatever the amount it was, or even if it's something like Taxi where it's free.
Yeah.
Except, you pay for your hotel, you pay for your flight, that kind of thing. Is that, like when we're in church, they used to talk about pulling on the anointing.
Yes.
Is that what you have to do is that in spite of the attitudes that these people may have, these people still may have something that you need.
Yes.
And it's up to you to go and get it.
I love it.
Even if it's awkward, even if you're feeling like, whatever, you kind of have to push past that.
Yes.
Because, you got to act like, you dying of some disease. Mm-hmm. And these people got the antidote.
Yeah.
And now you got to go up to them and talk to them to get the antidote from them.
Which is good, which dovetails nicely. So here are the 3 things that can make suffering through a course, workshop, or conference work for you no matter what, above and beyond the normal things that you would expect.
Yep.
The first, of course, is making network connections.
Yes.
And if you're like us, not the type of people who walk up to people and just introduce yourselves, more introverted, things like attending whatever the meetups are, where there are a whole bunch of people that are expected to I guess, kind of introduce themselves to each other.
Right.
Or like we're doing with the mentor sessions, where we're actually saying, okay, they offer these, they're going to introduce us to these people. Yeah. So why are we taking advantage?
That 15 minutes that they give you. Or, and this is something I just thought about. It's like, let's just say it is that situation and you are kind of awkward. Just hang around afterwards where they're talking. Yeah. And you might be able to just join into the conversation. Oh, so meaning that, they might be having a conversation about this. Sometimes it's just kind of getting the eye contact, doing a little laugh, doing a little something that kind of, draws you in. And then if they say something, you have a shot at a question or whatever else, do that. Ask that question.
I like that.
But it is taking that time to spend in the room, especially, and I'm not saying you're going to do this for everybody, but especially if somebody's up there that you're saying, hey, this is somebody I need to meet.
Yeah.
Then make sure that you put yourself in that position to meet that person or at least to have a conversation or something with that person, so.
Now that dovetails nicely into the second thing, which is getting feedback directly from those sponsoring. Yeah. So if you want, sometimes, whether it's the mentor sessions or that I know for us, we knew that Taxi was sponsoring it. So I made an extra effort for the people who were, at the badge table, the people who were, I guess letting people in the rooms to kind of to develop a little bit of a relationship with them.
Right, yeah.
And so that was another way. It's like, maybe it's not what you had expected to get, but those are connections so that the next time they see you, the next time you encounter them, there's a little bit more of a rapport.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then finally, the third thing, how to get more out of conferences, workshops, is to look at how the course or conference was set up.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because somewhere down the line, there are going to be courses and things that we're going to set up for you guys. And I just want to make sure that the things that I complained about going through other people's courses or conferences, that I make sure I work out the kinks for somebody who is a consumer like us.
Right, yeah.
That because some conferences, the people are not necessarily friendly, so things like that. To make sure that if you're greeting people at the door, telling them where to go. We had a session at the taxi thing where we couldn't tell where to sign up, for the one-on-one sessions, and just having some signs, the sign-up sheet where it's easily visible, just things like that. Just a little thing.
And to be honest with you, one of the things that I think has been kind of missing from a lot of these conferences are more in-depth looks at copyright and where we're at with copyright. Because I feel like, just based over the years, that there's hypersensitivity around copyright and what is actually copyrightable and what isn't, what shouldn't be. And, and I do think that the courts have been overreaching with respect to copyright, especially with respect to music. And I don't think that's really been talked about enough. And I think
gaps in what they're sharing
between copyright and license.
And people are really interested in that because most people are afraid that their stuff is going to get stolen.
Because, or even it's like nowadays we have sites, like BeatStars, right? And I actually got a chance to get signed up for that.
Okay,
but BeatStars or Splice. So meaning that Splice has these royalty-free samples that you can use, and I've used them myself. Now the issue that comes is that somebody could have released a song with a Splice sample that you're going to use.
All right.
And now all of a sudden, that Splice sample does have a copyright. But at the time in which you even got it from Splice, it did not. And now you put out your song, and it's got that same sample in it. It could get a copyright strike against it. And so these are just the kind of things that you kind of have to understand, that these pitfalls are out there. And I think it's very useful, since we have more artists working with samples than ever before. That we need to really
this information.
But anyway, that's kind of going back to what you're saying as far as understanding that it might not cover everything.
Right. If other people aren't covering it, then maybe when we get ready to do our material, we'll make sure that that's something that
we're
is
doing.
covered. So So what about you? How have you figured how to get more out of something than what is advertised? And even if it doesn't seem like you're getting what you thought you were going to get. We'd love to hear about it, because maybe we can implement whatever it is that you mentioned.
Right.
All right. What else?
And, always go out, and every place that you are streaming, look for Bourgeoisie Paper Jam. Follow us there.
Yes, because the new album is coming out soon.
It's coming out very soon.
It is Obtainium Flow, and we are really excited about it. So as soon as we get our merch and all that stuff, we'll be pumping that. But in the meantime, Sugar Fit is still hot.
Still hot. It always will be. And then you can also go over to Bandcamp. You can search Prejippie over there at Bandcamp, and you get all of our shit. That's out there. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's all out there. And you can kind of go and check all of that stuff out.
I love it.
And always make sure that you hit the like button. And
if you dig the vibe and you want to be a part of the tribe, be sure to
subscribe.
We're wishing you love, peace, and
chicken grease. Hit the like button.
Thank you.